Hello again, everyone. This is Jan from New York City, and my channel name is Jan from New York City Saves Money. Hey, you know it's Sunday afternoon when what comes up? Well, maybe one, maybe two, and even sometimes three on occasion. Slow cooker recipes. This one's coming from the Crock-Pot book, okay. And you know what? I was talking about with someone else. Isn't it nice to have some different side dishes? And I noticed this one in the Crock-Pot 5 ingredients book, and it looks really simple and it looks really good. And this is called Spinach Gorgonzola Cornbread. That'll be recipe number 1 that I'm going to read to you in a minute. The other one, right below it, happens to be spiced sweet potatoes. Hey, who would want anything like that? I notice a lot of my friends here on YouTube and everywhere else for that matter have a love affair with sweet potatoes, including yours truly, boys and girls. This is all in my life, and I can't think of a nicer thing to have ready right now. Well, at least in a few hours. So when I get back, I'm going to read to you recipe number 1, which is the spinach gorgonzola cornbread. And then after that, immediately following, then we go right back to the spiced sweet potatoes. So I strongly suggest that you get out your pens or just kick back and give it a listen. And there you have it. I'll be right back. Hey, thanks so much for coming back. Here's what you're going to need for the spinach gorgonzola cornbread. You're going to need 2 boxes, 8½ ounces each of cornbread mix. 1 box, 10 ounces of frozen chopped spinach, thawed and drained. 1 cup of crumbled gorgonzola. 3 eggs. 1/2 cup of cream. 1 teaspoon of black pepper. And a pinch of paprika, optional. The first thing you're going to do is coat the inside of a 4½ quart crock-pot slow cooker, or whatever slow cooker you have of that measure, I guess, with non-stick cooking spray. You're going to combine the cornbread, the mix, the spinach, the cheese, the eggs, the cream, and the pepper in a crock-pot slow cooker. You're going to cover it. You're going to cook this on high for 1½ hours. You're going to sprinkle with paprika if desired. You're going to turn off the heat, but this is important. You're going to let the bread cool completely before inverting onto a large serving platter. This makes 1 loaf, and it says cook only on high setting. Okay, so make sure that you cook it only on high setting. Okay, then when we get back, we're going to go on to the spiced sweet potatoes. Hey, thanks for sticking around. On to the spiced sweet potatoes. You're going to need 2 pounds of sweet potatoes cut into 1/2 inch pieces. Going to need 1/4 cup of packed dark brown sugar. Going to need 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. 1/2 teaspoon of ground nutmeg, 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of butter cubed, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Now there's that light that glares for me, so it takes me about a minute here. You're going to combine the potatoes, brown sugar, cinnamon, nutmeg, and salt into the crock-pot slow cooker. You're going to stir it to blend. You're going to cook this on low for 7 hours or on high for 4 hours. You're going to stir in the butter and the vanilla until blended, and that makes 4 servings. Now, just a minute about measure when it comes to certain things. To tell you the truth, I do not take out a measuring, even though I have the thing to do it. Like it says here, for example, 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. You know what grandmas probably did? They took a pinch with their fingers and threw a pinch in. I didn't bother with that 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. That's just me. I don't know if anybody out there does the same like me. Or it says, okay, 1/2 teaspoon of ground nutmeg. Now in that case, Nutmeg could be a little bit potent. So then you take out your, half a teaspoon measure. Okay? And when it comes to ground cinnamon, I believe that's to taste. Now this says 1 teaspoon. If you like a little bit more, go for it. If you're rather a little bit less, go for it. Okay? So there are times that you can use discretionary measures when it comes to cooking. Baking is a science. There's a little bit of a difference there. When you bake certain things, bake anything actually, baking is a science and you need to follow those things precisely. Okay, so that's it for this week's Slow Cooker Sunday recipes. Thank you so much for viewing, and I really do appreciate your time. And I'll be back next Sunday afternoon with a couple of more recipes. In the meantime, this has been Jan from New York City, and Jan from New York City loves to save money, and Jan from New York City Saves Money is my channel name. And both of these dishes are totally affordable. Have a great day!